GSR, or the galvanic skin response, is often used interchangeably in the literature with SCL, skin conductance level, and SCR, skin conductance response. Since these terms concern different aspects of skin conductivity, we will treat them separately. The skin conductance level, SCL, is an index of sweat gland activity and is thought to be indicative of emotional arousal, i.e. activation of the sympathetic nervous system. SCL will be higher during presentation of a more arousing stimulus and lower during presentation of a less arousing stimulus. SCL is a continuous reading of skin conductance, sometimes described as the tonic level in the absence of a phasic response. In contrast, the skin conductance response, SCR, is a brief, i.e. phasic response to a specific stimulus. Although SCL and SCR are measured in the same way, they need to be analyzed differently. To analyze SCR, you must establish a threshold and count the number of skin conductance spikes that exceed the threshold in response to an isolated event, for example, a single loud sound. Because our lab is normally interested in emotional responses to music that unfold over time, we typically assess changes in SCL relative to a baseline period. In other words, we compare the means. When setting up the hardware to measure GSR, the settings should be as follows. The gain should be set to 2, the LP should be set to 10 Hz, the HP switches to DC. To set up Acknowledge to measure GSR, go to Setup Acquisition and set the sampling rate to 250 Hz. The Gsr electrodes plug into channel 5. The two blue cords plug into the outer two outlets. You will only use the middle plug for a ground if you aren't already using one for EMG. Next, place electrode gel directly into the electrodes and try not to get any gel on the surrounding area. To cleaning the participants' fingers with alcohol and letting them dry, wrap the electrodes around the participant's index and ring finger. The electrodes should be snug, but not too tight, and be sure to ask the participant if they're uncomfortable. To check that the GSR electrodes are receiving a signal, ask the participant to take a deep breath. The SCL response should rise a couple seconds after the breath is taken. Ask the participant to put their hand in a comfortable position, as they should not move it throughout the recording process. To clean the GSR electrodes, use Q-tips and lukewarm water. Soak the Q-tip in water to use for cleaning, just like you did for the EMG electrodes. Be very gentle and ensure that all gel is cleaned off.